Sorry about that. I must have knocked the camera as I was removing it from the tripod. We'll start again. Well, we'll start off where we've ended up. I'll turn the camera around and we'll continue. Right, that's the leek I've just stripped down. It was a Welsh seedling. Got the labels on the top there. Another Welsh seedling. Moving into pendles. These have all been cleaned. Pendles all nice and clean, all single centres, no suckers, no double centres, little wire tie just to keep them upright sometimes. Anything that's double centred I would dump, anything with a sucker in it would be dumped, and if it's not clean around the root plate and the base it would be scrapped. As we move along, there's a couple here which I struggled last year, all the Clan Edwin we had. This is Ivor's new one. They all ran to seed on me last year, so I scrapped a lot. These are king pods off the year previous. As you can see, just small because they're king pods, but they should come away all right. They'll still produce a decent head. And I only had one berwick, which that's the berwick. It doesn't look clean, but it is actually. It's a solid root, and it's just starting to come away now. Back on the pendles. One or two still in buckets because I didn't need them. I have replaced whatever was needed to be replaced. But as we can see, centres just been opened up. They're all nice and clean. I call them pendle. It's not the pendle. It's a pendle improved. I don't grow the original pendle, but it's shorter for me, just the right pendle on all the labels. There will be a beehive coming into here. Last year, Gordon, a friend of mine, he gave me beehives for the onions, and it did a tremendous job. People had really good germination with onion seed, and the plants are growing very well. So this year he's kindly loaning me two beehives with about between 50 and 60,000 bees. One of them will be for blanch leeks. I like to grow a few seedlings each year, and this year I'm going to grow all blanch leek seed, well, for 2021. I have a few pot leek seedlings on the go at the present minute from last year's stock. So for the bees, I've researched what bees actually like. They do like allium heads, funnily enough, so they like the allium. This is borage. I grow about 20 plants. I'll split these between the onions and the leeks. Lavender, cosmos, foxgloves and borage. That's what I'll actually plant up in with my stock plants, and hopefully will keep the bees happy and give them plenty of nectar. Moving on to this bed, this is where the tomatoes will be planted. We're still getting very heavy frosts. It was -3 today. I've got some big plants which will be in here. They've got about 3 trusses on already, flower sets anyway. They're in 6-litre buckets ready to be planted. I'm itching to get them out. I was thinking of doing it today, but it's actually down to 2 or 3 degrees tonight, so I'll leave them inside for a couple more days. Moving on to a few of the this trench was full of basket plants, but this is a new lobelia. Really nice plant. It's a one called Infinity. I seen it in the trial grounds last year, and I like to try something new every year. For all we do grow the lobelias, this was a beautiful colour. I'm looking forward to see how it grows. I have done a couple of baskets with it. It produces mounds rather than a heavy trail, such as the waterfall. That's what they do. Right, we'll move down the tunnels now. Quickly show you through the tunnels. Work in progress. This particular bed, as you can see further along, it's starting to empty now. It was full. It's got the buckets and everything in ready for the leeks. Hanging baskets right through. Leeks waiting for collection from a few pals for later on for planting. Right, my own leeks I've just started to plant. I've put these in today. They haven't been watered as yet. I've been waiting to get the beds emptied. Again, hanging baskets all the way through. Hanging baskets. I've got a big family. Right, we'll look at a few of the basket plants. Petunias, Saphinia, ivy leaf geraniums have been a bit slow this year because the weather hasn't been that good. Bidens, 2 different varieties, Sundrop, and this one's been very nice. The colour's been very nice. Blazing Fire, more petunias, white ones, Cosmos, which I'm growing for the bees, a few pink petunias, some Diacia, more Diacia. Basically, young plants into the basket and they grow along very nicely. Along here I have done some for the Newcastle fans. These baskets are all black and white. It's a black velvet petunia. It is truly black. It's beautiful, and I've put white waterfall lobelia in, so they should be nice. I should really maybe do a few red and white ones now for the Sunderland lads. Again, Diacia petunias. Dichondra silver falls, been a bit slow again. Doesn't like the cold night, so it's taking its time in getting started. Just one or two, just starting to break colour now. I like to grow a lot of unusual varieties. That was a nice one last year, Queen of Hearts. And then we move up onto leeks to be collected ready for planting. This stops me from getting my leeks planted out when I want, but never mind. A lot of lads rely on me, otherwise they possibly wouldn't be growing leeks if they haven't got greenhouses. This is another tunnel. Right, these are all 3 litre pots. Right, just looking along here, we're back into the Trixie plugs. These are all very nice. It's a ready-made collection. 3 plugs, 3 cuttings put into a plug plant, and then I pot on 1 litre pots and grow on. They come away very nicely. You can see they are just starting to flower, 1 or 2 different varieties all the way along, but there's going to be some nice plants here. These go into baskets, and I put 3 pots to a basket, which is actually 9 plants. As you can see, we've got verbena, petunia and calabricia in there. Each one has its own name. They all look slightly different. We've got a white one here, that's very nice, white wedding. Again, verbena, lobelia and calabricia. Moving along. They often put new varieties into here. That's a nice petunia. Oh mind, they'll all go up in the basket soon. You can see I've got a lot of fleece around the place. Fleece on the ends of the tunnels, hooped up onto the hoops. Basically every night I'm fleecing up. It's hard work at the moment, but we're still getting cold weather, so it's worth doing. It won't be long and I shouldn't need to fleece again. Moving into here, these are just bedding plants, begonias, semperflorums, a few different colours. Further along I've got mixed pansies, and I've got some impatiens. Yeah, impatiens here. Right, we'll move along and show you some stock onions now, as I promised. A friend rang last night. He's got his onions in 2 litre pots for seed, and he said, was that going to be okay? I would recommend moving them up. I do put the bulb originally either into a 2 litre or a 3 litre pot to get the bulb rooted in a way, and I usually do that early January. As the bulb starts to grow and produce its fruits, I'm not long in getting a knife into the bulb and taking all the skins of the bulb off. It will rot, and I'll show you one next door which I've just started to clean off again. And if you leave the bulb, it turns to a soggy mess, and it doesn't do any favours to the main plant that we're looking for. This is all beautiful clean stock. These were all quality bulbs, round about the 22-inch mark, but lovely shaped bulbs, so we just keep these separate so I can keep what I consider to be the quality. We're looking for seed heads, and there's the one just starting. I would think within the next month these should all be starting to show seed heads. That's when the beehives will come in and hopefully do a job. I've just seen another seed head there. There we go. Just starting, so quite pleased with those. Again, they'll be sprayed. At the present moment I will spray with Signum. Again, some late set leeks, a few late set onions. Right, moving back along here. Right, we've got seedlings here, and I'm very pleased with these. Although I did lose interest in the top greenhouse, this coronavirus has got everybody fed up and wondering what's going to happen. I don't really know if there'll be any shows. And I did burn some plants, probably 3 weeks to a month ago. I think I put it on the last video. I burned some seedlings and I burned some virus free. And through that I actually took my finger off the button, stopped spraying for a while. and as soon as you stop spraying, this is what happens. This is thrip damage. These were beautiful and clean, and the thrips have moved in, and you can see they've made a mess of these plants. Having said that, I am going to plant them. I've now got over the initial doldrums bit of the corona lockdown, and it's a good job I've had the garden to keep me going. But there are some nice shaped plants in here. These are all seedlings, and none of them were set early. The 6th of the 11th, 6th of November, this particular seed was set. They've come very well, and they're all growing very nicely. So I have started to spray these, and I'll get back on top of the thrip, and hopefully we're looking for something new out of this little lot. One really big one that got 2 weeks on the grow lights. I don't know if it's actually spoiled the leek or if it's just the actual shape of the leek, the way it's growing. I'm not keen on it. I don't think I'll plant it, but I'll put it in a big container just to see what size it'll make, because it is a big leek. That's about it. Again, everything gets fleeced over here. You can see this just pulls over, all on hoops. I'll show you some stock onions on the other side. These were the bigger bulbs. These ones were around about the £8, about 28 inches around, and you can see I've stripped them down. Again, most of them have got 2 pips in them. 1 or 2, maybe a bit more. Sometimes your bigger onions throw more pips, but the quality ones, because they're not so big, I normally just get 1 or 2 centres coming up. You usually get more than that with onions. These were stripped down early on. I did take all the big soft bulb off, and they were potted up in a 5-litre containers, but I've started again to strip this bit off. This needs taken down to just clean foliage underneath. I've started to do this one, and it's actually starting to get smelly and not very nice at the present moment. So these will all be removed completely down like the ones at the far end, and that's where all the stock will come from. As we move along, this is all king pods off the last year's stock of leeks. They may be needed, they may not, I don't know. Outside, this was a Polytunnel hoops here, but I did build these frames. These are roll-on covers. Don't know if you can see that. This is a there we are, one hand, and that'll roll the entire side of the tunnel up. You can see there. Right, in here we've got beans for eating, peas for eating, some king pods off the Cumbrians right at the far end for stock. Got a few lettuce, a few spring onions. I will continue with other veg as they are ready. I'll be putting some dwarf beans and things further along. The bed next door hasn't even been cleaned off yet. We keep on this lockdown, I'll get the garden spick and span. That one will be cleaned, and as you can see again, it's a roll-on cover. I think I'll water that, so I'm going to leave that side up, but it will be dropped tonight just to keep the bad weather off. Well, that's it for today, thanks. Sorry it's been split into 2. When I removed it from the holster before, I must have knocked it. Thanks a lot. Any questions, put them on, and hopefully we'll answer it on the next time around. Thank you. Bye-bye.